What is up, dudes? It's your boy and the Matrix. I'm back with another video, and Sony PlayStation, it's the new China. I'm sure you guys heard about China's, what do you call it, China's social credit system, right? Not credit score, social credit, social credit score, where like you are judged based on how agreeable you are to the government. Okay, the government is your God in other ways. In other words, it's absolutely ridiculous, right? So I'm here at Vice.com. And it says PS5 could get a toxic player detection system ran by AI after Sony files bad actor patent.
Hello, this is Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And make sure to subscribe to Andy Matrix's channel. Now on with the show.
Anybody who's having too much fun. In their game, says the dystopian future would use AI machine learning to analyze whether a user being bad while playing PS5 or other consoles. Okay. PS5 may get AI system that detects toxic behavior. It says, although it was originally filed last year, the bad actor system patent was recently made public on May 2022 of this year. In its description, the detection system seeks to analyze a player's behavior over time to determine whether they are toxic or not. According to the patent, the feature would rely heavily on machine learning AI to gather data on a user to determine whether their account gets flagged. As far as what is deemed bad actor behavior, the patent goes into pretty detailed, descriptions. Let's see. What are those descriptions? It says one of the examples is using quitting is a user quitting a multiplayer game early, huh?
That doesn't make sense.
Bad actor may quit an instance of the game during a round in order to seek another instance. This behavior may also be similar to so-called rage quitting. Apparently, playing a game too much without using chat features may also trigger the system. What the fuck?
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next products.
Play to chat then is normal within the game. Again, a machine learning model may be used to correlate the chat density during gameplay in order to identify typical levels. This is only a machine doing this. It's a machine doing this. There's no human. So, let's say maybe you just forgot. You were gonna say something you forgot and you did not enter it into the chat for the next 30 minutes or something like that. The AI is gonna see that as, it's probably gonna flag you. So much for intelligence. Strangely, the patent also says that sending a friend request too early on PS5 may also make you a bad actor.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
Invite private chat outside of a game context after relatively few interactions in game. In all fairness, I can kind of understand this one. Trolls will often... Okay, fine. This one actually seems kind of reasonable. What happened to bad actors? It says, so what exactly happens if you're a bad actor on PlayStation 5? The patent doesn't go into depth in this regard. However, it does explain a bad actor may result in different responses or mitigation actions, which sounds vaguely ominous. I recommend you read the full patent here. Yeah, we don't need to. We don't need to go any deeper. So, artificial intelligence is going to set up basically a social credit score on the PlayStation Network.
A lot of people ask why. Why treat the customer this way? Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
Word or, call them names, right? The AI is going to be like, flag, can't do that. Click. We can't have fun anymore. I mean, just think about that. This is getting ridiculous, bro. This is getting ridiculous. And the bad actor patent, like, this is basically HR on your PlayStation. Yo, this is basically HR. You know, in the workplace, how somebody, like, people just go up to HR for whatever the fuck reason. This is it. The AI is working as HR. You know, you could do this. You could do the simplest thing. You know, or maybe like when they were talking about, like, you know, inviting somebody to interact outside of the game. That is suspicious activity. But what if you've been talking to somebody for 6 months and you live like in the same state or something, or in the same city? And you're like, oh, yo, let's meet up. Let's meet up at a convention, at an anime convention or something. Boof, your account gets shut down. And one of the reasons, you ever wonder, one of the reasons why companies like YouTube and Facebook and all these other companies were like, the policy on behavior is very loose, right? They leave it open to suggestion, right? Kind of like here, they leave it open to suggestion. And the reason why they do that is so that they can pick and choose when they want to punish you. Whenever they want to punish you, they'll do it, and they can use their fake policy. You know, they can use their fake policy. That, oh, you broke one of our policies. Can you make it clear how I broke your policy? Well, you say you did this. It doesn't clearly say that on your policy. Well, the policy suggests that, you know. Another example of this, and I'm going to make a video about this, is basically Texas. You know, Texas banning anime. So the new Texas bill, like a new law, says if you promote or if you try to sell any type of anime or cartoon or cartoon character that looks like a child in an adult situation, right? In an adult to adult, you know, sexual situation, you're gonna get thrown in jail. Okay, but if you look at an anime, how do you know a character looks like a child in an anime? Because Uzaki-chan, for example, that was one of the controversies. That was one of the controversies of Uzaki-chan, is that she was a 21-year-old college student, but to a lot of Americans, she looked like she was like freaking 16, 13 years old with big titties. How does that make sense? And again, they leave the policy open. Like this, they'll say, oh, you can have anime characters that look like children. Okay, how do you know, or what determines in a character that looks like a child? Can you give me a little bit more description? Right? But they don't give you more of a description. It's whatever they think you're doing wrong. They leave it open to suggestion. They got the power. They can throw your ass in jail whenever they want. Same thing with this rule. PS5 could get a toxic player detection system ran by AI. And it's ran by AI. Realizes there's no humans working here. They just program it, and if you did something by mistake, there's no forgiveness. Click. Account shut down. Welcome to the future. Remember in the future, you guys remember the Jetsons? We always thought that the future will be more like a utopia. We'll have flying cars. Everybody's going to be living in the sky. Blah, blah, blah. Not going to happen. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for future notifications. Make sure to comment below, like this video, share this video. Everybody, I'll see you guys in the next video. It's your boy, Andy Matrix. Godspeed.